Afternoon YouTube. Now in this video today guys, I want to talk to you about what is your price that you'd let something to go just for an easy life. Now this video, something's happened today which I thought it was going to happen, and it's not a big thing at all, but it could be. And this is the point of the video, that I think it's going to be better just to walk away than to engage with it. Now this video, it's also sort of inspired by Reese is going through a similar thing where basically somebody's just tried to diddle him out of money, and they've not been subtle about it, they've been insulting. And this isn't a response to the video. I think everybody should go about things the way that they want to. There's no rule book in this industry, there's no industry standard for how we treat things. Everybody's different. I know people that go to war over a fiver. You know, I've seen arguments in car parks over people arguing over a trolley, an empty trolley with a £1 coin in it. So, you know what I mean? Some people have varying sort of standards. Luckily, in this instance, it's only 40 quid. So, remember a few videos ago, I told you that I'm having to pare back on customers. Up until now, or about 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago, everything's been fine. Everybody took it well. There's been no hard feelings, nothing, and there isn't. In business, I don't believe in mixing personal feelings and business. Yes, you don't want to work for some people because they do things, you know, that affects you or offends you. Maybe that's taking it personally, but in the majority of times, if I think something's going to be detrimental to me or my business, I'll walk away from it. And that does include being offended by him, basically. So, if you remember, I told people that I wasn't going to be working for them. Again, nothing personal. And there was one customer that at the time, she took it well. She was oblivious to it. She didn't kick off. She didn't say, oh, okay. It was just a dead silence, and it was, okay then, and the phone went down. So at the time I thought, and I knew she was going to be like it. Now this lady, in fairness, I've been with her, working with her for about 3 years now, but it's always been the relationship as she's been doing me a favour by employing me or having me garden or employing me, and that's how I've took it. Now up until about 6 months ago, I'd cottoned on to this, but I'd stuck with her because she has been handy for winter work. But I've always felt that, and she said it before, she said it to me a bit back, she says, oh, I'm doing my bit for the economy by having you over winter, something like that. And as I said, some people probably would have walked away off that, but for me, easy life. So I did think she's going to get the hump by me tying her now. And the thing is with her property is it's all weeding. She's got blocks with great big gaps in them. She loves to feed the birds, and I think her husband just throws the seed straight on the ground. So it's forever full of weeds. You know, it's one of them where, because it's in the slabs, they don't pull out, you know, it's a bloody ball ache to do. And that's it. There is hedges, there's a hedge that goes around it, but she's funny about, I don't know, she's basically a bit of a funny bugger. She's, you know, she's funny about everything. There's got to be done on her terms, her way, you know. So that's just a bit of backstory. So I rung her up and I told her, and as I said, she was oblivious. So I went round to another customer today, and who's actually friends with her, or, you know, whatever equates to friends with somebody like her. And he says to me, he says, I think you're in for some words with such and such. I was like, and I knew it, and he did warn me. He's a good person, and he's not doing it from a place of shit stirring, but he gave me the heads up that she's basically took it personally, but he said, like, she wants you to go around for the money. Now this is the question, it's how much, you know, what would you let go for an easy life? Now we've all got varying things. As I said, some people it's £1, some people it's a lot of money. Me personally, I haven't got a set limit. It depends whether the situation warrants it. Now for me, I know what sort of person she is. I've seen her fall out with people, I've seen her fall out with her friends, I've seen her talk about her friends behind her back. So I know what sort of person she is, and she's fiery. So I know when I go round there, she's going to be having words with me. I don't want to hear it, because I don't feel guilty about letting any of my customers go. It's nothing personal, but I don't want somebody telling me I should be guilty, if that makes sense, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be, woe is me, you've let me down, you know, whatever. It's going to be all sort, like COVID was invented to have her, knock her back. It was her who only had to have the jabs, it was her who only had to stay in. And as I say, I'm not moaning about this, I'm giving you a bit of a preamble. So for me, you might disagree with this, you might agree with this, but for me, £40 is going to be, like, I don't expect it, but I'm owed it. But for me, I'd rather just keep out of the way, you know, let her settle down, you know, if I see her, bump into her 6 months from now. But while the iron's hot, I don't see the point in going round, because again, it's another sort, even though I'm owed that money, for somebody, because this customer who told me about it, he's not been told to tell me, he's giving me the tip off. So I could be walking into a fucking lion's den there, you know. And so what would you do? Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fucking keep away. You know, I'm not stupid. I don't want to go there and have it, because then it's either me who's got to take it, and that'll piss me off, or it'll be me who feels like he's got to say something, and I'll give it him back. Not in a horrible way, but I'll tell her. And I'll reiterate, it's nothing personal. If she wants to take it personal, it's fair enough. But I have to be careful as well, because she has recommended me to other people, you see. And as I said, it's nothing else. Even the person who told me about it today, he says, like, look, I've told her that, you know, just stuck, because I've turned him down for work. You know, it's been a few times now. He's rung me and says, can you do this? I said, no, I can't. So he says, it's nothing personal. It's not like it's an excuse to get out of things. It's, you know, affecting my quality of life, and that's what I tried to tell her, but she wasn't having it. So for £40, I'm keeping out of her way. So what would you do? Well, let me know what your sort of cut-off is. Are you a hardliner? I've done the work, it's my money, I'm owed it, I'm having it. Or would you think, you know what, 40 quid, fuck it. You know, is it worth having the ear bashing? Is it worth poking her? Because that's what it will be. If, you know, if I say something back that she doesn't like, it will be woe is me, you know. And then it would be run the risk of, you know, not winding up other people, because I do genuinely believe everybody who knows her knows what she's like. So I'm not worried about it losing work, but I don't want to run the risk of, you know, a loose cannon being walking around. So let me know, guys. As I said, let me know your input on it. Yes, part of me thinks, you know, like, because I've been raised, you know, we didn't have money when we were younger out, and money's always been tight. So even now, 40 quid is a lot of money to me, and it does wind me up. And I worked hard for that. Even that was a ball ache, getting 40 quid out of her in the first place, but you know what I mean. So I worked hard. So part of me is saying to me, Sam, just go round, just, you know, go to your fucking bum rate place, just ignore it, and then just let it all pan out. But then part of me that's what I'm gonna do, just keep out of the way. At least, you know, even if it's a couple of months, you know, take the cowardly approach and let her simmer down first. Or it might make it worse. Let me know, guys.